Hi,
We're the Insurance Mythbusters.
we are, and we have a great myth today.
Okay.
I'm a small business, so I don't have to worry about cyber liability and people stealing the identities of my clients, and I use a Square in my business, so I'm safe.
I thought you were just a small person.
Well, she's a small person that owns a small business. How's that? And I'm going to steal some of this information from one of the networking groups we belong to. They gave us, oh, come on, get over
The
it.
cameraman must stop laughing. Seriously.
Seriously.
I just kept laughing because you could see it in your face. You were like, I'm going to throw my coffee mug at you.
Now that
Hello.
could be a liability hazard.
And that could be excluded as a from coverage because it would be an intentional act. And intentional acts are excluded from policies.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
There you go.
Cyber liability.
Cyber liability. But anyhow, from one of the networking groups Laura and I go to, the person that does the IT and the merchant services were talking, and they were saying that it's very interesting. Cyber liability, somehow somebody compromises your data, or even the possibility that your data got compromised, creates huge fines and penalties. And it can be, they said the big businesses, of course, were the ones that were attacked first, your Targets, your Home Depots. And very interesting the way that they got into these systems. They said Target
It was through their air conditioning contractor.
well, the air conditioning system.
Air conditioning contractor system.
Because all their air conditionings, of course, are controlled by a computer, because all the stores are set to be at a certain temperature, certain times a day. And that's the firewall that was broken, and they got into, and through that system, they got into their other systems. And another company, it was through the print portals. It's just unbelievable. Printer ports, how they can gain access. But the fines, they said, for a small family-owned restaurants would average $250,000.
$250,000.
And so, again, that's a small family-owned restaurant.
So if you're taking credit cards and you have personal information and data on people, you really need to, one, make sure that you're PCI compliant, which is a whole other thing that you need to talk to your merchant services person about, because there are some protections built in for the cyber crimes and stuff. But if you're a small business, it's not that expensive to purchase cyber liability coverage.
Yeah, it used
and
to
the
be-
danger is real.
It is real. It used to be very, very expensive, and they had told me the best way to sell a policy was to put this 6-page app in front of somebody and have them just read the questions, and they'd be so scared they'd buy the coverage. Yay, that's like a great sales tool. But the apps are way smaller now. They're some of them 2 to 3 pages, and they can give us an indication by what you do and what your gross sales are. And so we can get you a price really quickly.
There's all kinds of different endorsements and coverages for the cyber policies. They are more comprehensive. Even if you don't want to buy a separate cyber policy, you can get a limited coverage on your current business owner's policy.
Most companies offer it, and it is very limited. So again, you might want to do one of those side-by-side comparisons, and maybe the exposure you have, that little bit of $200 to add to your business policy is worth it.
So the thing is, if you are a small business,
Just
buy.
gonna finish.
You are a small business. You are at risk. And we recently took our business, mic drop. We are a small business, and we do not accept credit cards. It goes through a third-party thing. The problem is you just never know what's going to happen. So what we did do is purchase a separate cyber policy. And if your insurance agent is doing something, you might want to pay attention because they kind of know what they're doing, what's covered and what's not covered. So talk to your agent, find out about cyber coverage, and be safe. Please use good passwords. Bye.